my opinion, between the Leona and another engage option, but instead it's going to be a little bit of added safety for Gumayusi. He can go Kraken Slayer now if he would like to, has that Lantern support to get himself out of trouble. But this is one of Carrier's playmaking champions. This is one of his POG farming champions. His Thresh is extraordinarily good and does turn T1's composition into
a Nautilus, so might be somewhat of a problem if Life can push that matchup as far as he would like.
Yeah.
And no cannon to Billiard this time around, although Gwen, although win rate might not be great, of course, still an incredible champion and is really good into the effectively 5 short-range champions that KT have for themselves here.
No, exactly right. Well, let's see whether anything is going to come from this early stage of the game. Of course, Cuz with his early invade, not likely to go for that one again immediately afterwards, unless that is what we're expecting, and he just goes for it again.
Yes.
No, of course, just
I think Ona's starting red to avoid that.
That would definitely be a good idea. Of course, being on the other side of the rift certainly helps out. As Carrier's going to move on over. Vikla, no vision of the Thresh. This is Dice.
We don't know.
We don't know. Jonah Strong has, denied us. Well, the hook is actually going to come through, but it's Life that throws his out. And Faker going to take a little bit of damage in the early game. So there we go. Man, that was definitely a bit of a mystery type situation, and there was a bit of a twist in that storyline.
It turns out it was the man with the anchor.
Yeah, it was
that did it.
The big daddy all along.
Pretty crazy that Nautilus can just hook and win that trade, effectively 1v2.
Yeah.
The team was at the back of it. As a level 1 Gwen, we've seen this one many a time. Of course, also what is nerfed on Life, extra range which is available with the E early on has been reduced from 100 to 50, and that is something that should really for early game. Of course,
you hope so. Her level 1 is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent.
That's a decent play, but Carrier is still taking way too much damage here. Gonna have to eat through a bunch of those potions, but still stands firm when it comes to the summoner spells. Not going to be flashing away or anything like that. So, T1 holding the minions outside of turret range to allow them some breathing room. Not going to be too worried here as we're going to check out Carrier's win rate on the Thresh. 72.4%, not too bad at all. 21-8. Man, he's played a lot of games, this Carrier, for a young man.
He's been around for a while now.
He has?
I want to say 2019.
I'd have to...
In terms of minion waves, not in terms of anything else.
These minions just keep walking up the lanes.
I know.
It's crazy. Well, Faker is going to land a chain there. Does lose out on the trade, though, against Vikla. Both of our mid laners have actually used their teleports, as Faker's passive does go off. Use that wander towards the top side of the map. As the hook is going to miss, the hook is going to land. Hook's coming out everywhere.
A plethora of hooks.
Yes,
one could say.
It's a lot of fun. And that is going to be a great one. Out from Life, the Flay comes back as Gumayusi's been lit on fire, but does get to safe distance. Not at safe health bar, though, and will have to back away from this one. Life taking this as his opportunity to move on forward. Hook is going to connect, though, back into the Flame Choppers. Now Gumayusi's trying to turn it around. The Zap is going to connect, but he ate his potion, and so he's going to be all right. The Lee Sin no longer in the area. No one's going to be able to punish. T1 do move back into control of this lane. Oh, man. It's getting a bit scary.
So that's the end of it. As Zeus ghosts.
Yeah, also throws out the needlework. And Rascal just going to accept those cooldowns. Dash comes through here as now Cuz at level 6. Going to move on over, gets the Chilling Smite, and this is going to be very difficult for Zeus to survive. He is going to buy a little bit of time by doing some alcove gaming. Love me some alcove gaming. However, First Blood will still go over to KT. Rek'Sai's on the board.
Yeah, I wonder what happened there for Zeus. Because using the Ghost in that scenario, in of itself, kind of a question mark. And then also subsequently getting taken down. Really nice timing for Cuzdo, who will be able to get himself some topside camps. A free kill in the drive-by. and then also the Rift Herald, although of course with Owner on bot side, T1 already equalizing the amount of gold that is going to be earned from this Herald. But still, thanks to that pick on top side, KT actually able to do really well here in the overall board.
Yeah, FAKER also going to be caught in midair. Going for that distortion, so is charmed up by Vikla, who is farming very nicely here in the mid lane. FAKER picking up the wave, though, will largely equalize. That was 3 plates and a Drake in trade. You can see Rascal's pretty happy with the situation. Almost has his Hullbreaker available. As here's another battle. Meganar is almost there. Flash comes out. Rascal very close to that Meganar. That is what's going to turn this one. The boulder's not going to land, though. Zeus, with his Ghost running, will run this one out. Owner moving on down here towards this bottom side. FAKER there as well, as the Rift Herald is going to cram its skull into this outer turret. And Aiming's looking to pick up the gold. He will be able to get it there. And that is going to even out the plates. So that is what you're going to get from the Rift Herald, is more just an equalization. The rest of the map going very, very well here. Already a plate going down on the top side as Carrier is going to flash and will get himself out of the way of danger, but that is still a big cooldown no longer there. Hex flashes for both of our supports, though, as Owner finds a Q onto life, safeguard. A lot of value there, as you could see, but this is the pick comp from KT starting to work.
A back and forth trade fest, which there's not a lot happening on the map. Jonas Strong says thank you.
Yeah, Wallop avoided. That means that Zeus was looking for a little bit more, but he's not going to bite off more than he can chew. Q going to connect there onto Cuz, who's just under the ground, and life Cuz, not really. Let that one go down. You know, you don't need to go down with the ship or anything like that. As FAKER just distorting around, getting out of the way of these orbs. It's precisely what he needs to do, as he distorts over to get a chain angle.
Pointed out.
Yeah, Everfrost is going to connect. The chains are going to land as well. Hook comes through, and Super Mega Death Rocket will secure the kill. Life, absolutely nothing he could have done. And getting picks against the pick comp. It's good news here for T1 fans. Carrier caught out of position there with a charm. But Vikla not going to be enough to lock down the kill. And this may just mean that second Drake will go over to T1.
So he's getting bullied a lot more in this matchup. Does now have, crucially, the Riftmaker. Now it really changes any matchup that Gwen is in. Gives her so much more innate sustain and synergizes incredibly well with the entirety of her kit. And second Drake gonna go over. It is a mountain Rift that we will be getting here. Especially for T1. You're going to be exceedingly happy with that. Against T1, I don't think it's as good. Zeus does true damage. Gumayushi went for Kraken Slayer and can't really itemize fully, I think, against the Jinx in the late game. But looking at KT, they're relatively low damage. There's a lot of burst, but not as much sustained damage. And with Aiming looking to go for the AP build again, and Rascal being going Hullbreaker as well. Run into some issues there.
Well, Zeus coming around, looking for a potential denial of the eye. And it's going to work so far, as Owner is going to clear out some of these pesky tunnels.
Up in turrets, T1 just always seem to get the lead. Yes, it's Guma.
Well, that is a death charge. He's going to get a knock-up onto 2. Good dredge line comes on down, but Rascal's in the area. Life going to get taken out. Carrier is going to be traded. Gumayushi very dead now, as Owner looking to come in. Cuz down very low, but it's a great scoop from Rascal to deny any follow-up. And it will be a trade up. The bottom lane entirely has been wiped out here of T1, and KT only lose life.
1-for-2 trade there, very nicely done. Seems like initially T1 happy to take that one, but Life in the end saying worth in all chat, I'm quite sure. Vikla now has the Everfrost available as well, as still we're looking at Zeus and Rascal. This is not fair though!
Yeah, Everfrost does come through here as Zeus trying to trade it back. The hop's used defensively. And with the mist, I think Gwen is unable to be injured.
This is not really a fight that you can win. Proud score value for Cuz, who at this point in time is going to feel great, especially with his bodyguard Rascal.
Yeah.
And again, pretty even game. Yeah, it's 2 Drakes up for T1, but in terms of gold, CKT staying very relevant.
Yep. One of the differences, I think, is whether KT can make their composition work with this Kai'Sa getting into backlines and really getting that damage down, because it's not like one of those other stories, right, where we've been talking about range advantages, etc., etc., as FAKER manages to thread the needle twice onto Vikla, who makes his way out. Carrier's going to flash. And the inner turret will go down. T1 moving towards gold.
Time, and maybe they're just setting up a vision trap here.
Voidseeker connects, cuz over here will be taking his first Mountain Drake. Something that T1 do have the ability to give up, right?
Oh, they
with
can.
The first couple of Drakes that they've collected. No need to worry too much. And stalling things out will be valuable for T1. I don't think that KT necessarily get hard outscaled or anything like that, but Rek'Sai becomes less and less of a champion as the game goes on. Oh yeah, believe the theory. As FAKER looking for life here, but he might just get picked off. He is going to get taken down. Vikla collects the kill. Now Carrier trying to get them into position that they want. The kickback is going to come through right on top of the Chompers. And Carrier is going to get that kill, I believe, with an Ignite in the end. Love the trade. Mid laners both go down. As Gumayusi looking to see whether he can also get himself a turret. Rascal, the Nabar is in great position right now, and the flash goes forward. Cuz tries to lock down the Jinx, and he will be able to grab her. And now the rocks are raining through. Ona now trying to get out. That was one of the shortest little safeguards I've ever seen, but it is going to be enough to get Ona to safety. As Carrier brings them over. What? Okay, well, Rascal is just going to get gifted the kill of the Thresh, and now Ona has to go for a much longer safeguard to get out of that one. Zeus on the flank looks for aiming here as FAKER has come back again one more time. Voidseeker connects. Zeus going to get out of their life, not going to be so lucky as Vikla comes in as well. Charm will connect onto Ona, and now Ona's trying to get himself into safety, but he's not going to be able to. FAKER gets over the wall, and this is messy. Super Mega Death Rocket just cruises by. And Ona's just going to wave to it as it passes towards Narnia. KT traded up. Having a look overall as, okay, they're going to continue trading up here. Zeus is going to go down, aiming, going to collect another kill. 3-0-3 now. Nash's Tooth completed. Hook is going to come through here as Carrier has to then flash out of the way of this Mega Gnar. Rascal, he's a big body in that front line, and that will guarantee them this outer turret in the mid lane. KT not going quietly tonight, as we can see. It's a 3,000 gold lead for the composition that wants to play this mid-game pick composition this way precisely. Their gold lead, and he's on a champion that can affect every team fight, right? If he plays it well.
Hold up.
As I'm going to cast a curse the heck out of him immediately, as Ona looking to try and lock him down. Yeah, just walks past him, and yes, that's... I apologize, KT fans.
Come on, Atlas, be better.
God. That was just unacceptable, honestly. As now, we're looking for Soul Point for T1. Void Seekers are dangerous, and Ona was sitting at 50% health. Carrier moves on over, and that is going to be the secure of the... That is probably the #1 caster curse I've ever done in my entire life.
Get a Baron, give up the Soul. They can get Soul. It's a trade that I think you'll take either way. As not again.
Inner turret for Baron is not necessarily the greatest of trades. Maybe if you get inhibitor turret as well, but there's a lot of Baron damage. Remember, AP Kai'Sa does so much Baron damage. As Carrier's going to set up the box, Hook is going to connect, and Rascal, he's mini now one more time. Ona almost makes it out of there, but remember, there is no FAKER. He is still dead. Vikla out of the fight, though, as Gumayusi flashes right at the last second as the dredge line was coming in, and now Rascal needs to be respected. Zeus trying to run this one out. Good sidestep there as T1 needs to play this perfectly. The Flame Chompers, they come forward. The Crush is there as well. As he takes the lens, and the Hook's going to connect. Life is going to get taken down, and now FAKER's in for the cleanup. The Rockets will land, and I have no idea in hell how T1 did that.
How did Guma live? They were kiting back into the base.
Do you know how? Because a certain gentleman threw him a lantern of life, of Destiny Chronicler. Oh my God.
And then somehow FAKER makes it back.
And also now we've got another fight as Cuz is going to go golden. He is really, really dead, everyone. Gumayusi gets excited after that. And T1 fans are going to follow suit. Life now going to get taken for a walk. Big Daddies do not like that. He will be taken down. It's a double kill now for Gumayusi. As T1, they were given a small angle back into this game. And yeah, they've certainly grabbed hold of it. Is now with the Baron, they are careening down the mid lane.
Only a single team has ever been able to hit that 14-0 Atlas.
Yeah.
And it was SKT, FAKER in the mid lane. The entire team around it has changed so many times ever since. But when you look at this, surely that streak has got to be broken.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good.
Wait to be mean to me. As this is Soul Point. They haven't spotted.
Yeah, Void Seekers really starting to hurt. Remember, aiming is dangerous. This is a very scary Kai'Sa, and as you can see, they don't have true frontline.
Tremor Sense.
Yeah, Tremor Sense is so valuable. They do indeed. FAKER comes around the wall. They do manage to deny the soul, but can they win the fight now as KT looking for even more? The three-man Gnar into the wall. The Kai'Sa's there tidying it up. Fickler grabs a triple kill now, and Owner is running for the hills. FAKER, the last man standing, and it's Cuz that locks down that kill. This game is not over yet.
The problem is they have no waves. Everything is pushing in. FAKER, as his team loses the fight, gets himself an inhibitor turret. And unfortunately for KT, if it was a different game state, they might have ended up with a fight like that.
This team, as we've seen, Mushi looking for Rascal here. Aggressive positioning, but softening up the Gnar is definitely good news here for T1 fans. As in goes aiming, looking to just get him. But no, has to go into his Zhonya's immediately, and the Flame Chompers are going to say no. Aiming, what was that? Oh no, the Gnar is now going to come on through, but Rascal, remember, he was low health. And now inside their own jungle, they are going to tidy up the members of KT. Zeus has his big set of scissors out, and he's looking to cut down some KT stragglers. Gets his revenge first onto Rascal, as now FAKER dashing on forward, locks down the kill onto his opposite number. Cuz trying to tunnel his way out, but there is a distortion, and Cuz is well and truly dead. Okay, manages to take his tunnel out, but now with an open front door, T1 may just move in for the end, potentially.
And aiming, he went for what might have been a game-winning play had it worked out. With the wave state as it was, but instead it might have been the end of it.
Well,
they are coming up.
Yeah, these are not going to last for very long as Cuz is just dead. That's 3 auto attacks. Aiming's going to try and do it one more time as he rockets into the backline, but the Nexus just evaporates, and T1, they will get the 2-0, but man, this was